Not tried it yet, but I've heard it's alright. It's made by that CD Projekt blah blah game thingy, guys. They're generally well liked by a lot of people, I think. Let's watch all the opening gubbins, because again, not seen it. Don't know if there's anything worth skipping or worth not skipping.
I see you gather before me. Hungry, terrified, clutching your babes to your breast. Emperor Emir has marched his legions into our lands, laid siege to every fortress from here to the Blue Mountains. Rabid and ravenous, he bites and bites away. Men of the North, you stand at the precipice. Your kings have failed you, so now you turn to the gods. And yet you do not plead. You do not kneel to dust your heads with ash. Instead you wail, why have the gods forsaken us? We must look into the trials we failed long ago. In a time past, our world intertwined with another through an upheaval scholars call the conjunction of the spheres. The gods allowed unholy forces to slip into our domain. The offspring of that cataclysm was the nefarious force called magic. Yet we did not banish it, instead studying the vile arcane for our own power and wealth. And the monsters at our door, the unholy relics of this conjunction. The trolls, the corpse eaters, the werewolves. Did we raise our swords against them? Or have we laid this burden on others? On so-called witches. Stray children taught the ways of foul sorcery, their bodies mutated through blasphemous ritual. Sent to fight monsters, though they could not distinguish good from evil. The flicker of humanity, long extinguished within them. Yes, their numbers have dwindled through the years. But a few still roam our lands, offering their bloody work for coin. To this day, they shame us with their very existence. The North bleeds, flogged by war. The battles are the gods' whip, chastisement for our sins. And let us not forget the terrors, the scourges from beyond our world. The wild hunt rides the sky with every full moon. The Dark Raiders abduct our children into lands unknown. Some say they herald a second conjunction. Can we chart a course back into the light? Will we find the strength to banish the mages from our kingdoms? Unite around the warmth of the eternal fire. Nigh is the time of the sword and axe. None will fight this war in our stead. Nigh is the time of madness and disdain.
Alright, happy start then. Thank you for purchasing all the expansion packs because you're totally shit. You can start Hearts of Stone in one of three ways. Select Fresh Start. The first quest will automatically be added to your journal once you complete the prologue of the base game. Load a previously saved game. Well, I've not played it. That's cool they give you that choice, but I'll just do Fresh Start. Oh! So this time, they've called it From the Beginning. It's very confusing. Very confusing. Anyway, like I say, I've not played this game before. I only turned it on earlier to make sure it worked, and during that time, I believe what I did was... Whoops. I turned off anti-aliasing because anti-aliasing is a scam designed to cause PCs to explode in balls of flame. And yeah, so everything's basically ultra, except anything to do with anti-aliasing I've just gotten rid of because no one actually needs that. So I'm just going to go over gameplay very quickly to make sure there's not like a difficulty thing, and there does not appear to be, so to be in the game itself, so let's press New Game. Ah, I can only select Fresh Start, not from the beginning. What a shame. Alright, what's going on? Ah, this is the difficulty. Just the story. Enjoy a smooth ride through the world. Story and sword, you're happy to be challenged. Blood and broken bones, you're a seasoned, demanding gamer. Ugh. Deathmarch, you're truly insane and loving it. Am I seasoned and demanding, or am I truly insane and loving it? Probably this one, yeah? Show tutorials on, because I've never played before. I will import this saved game. You've just gotta hope that it's my last save that I want, right? Ah, there we go. Let's. Could we not have like named them? Could we not have named them something a little bit? I'm going to assume that my very last manual save is the one I had confidence in. Of course! Anti-aliasing is a very good thing. It ever so slightly smoothens out the image in exchange for halving the frame rate and doubling your PC's temperature. Sounds worth. I'm so glad you were here to put me on the right path. Very brief hint there about higher vampires.
You know I don't find that amusing.
It wasn't meant to amuse, but to prod you to hurry. It's midday already. You promised Ciri you'd train with her. Go before Vesemir bores her to death with those etchings.
So, later then.
See you later.
I wonder what she's reading. No, fuck off. No one's hair looks that good as soon as you pull it out of a towel. That would take a good 20-30 minutes. There'd be curlers involved, dryers, probably various mousses. Additional content has been installed. Oops, and the game immediately crashes. Cool. It's basically what I was hoping for. That was the result I was after. Let's see if we can do anything about that. Time to see if we can skip all this crap. I wonder if I've got too many saves on The Witcher 2. Is this skippable? It better be. Is it actually not? Yeah, there it is. Good. Jesus. Can we skip this? Alright. Welcome to the tutorial. Welcome to The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. This tutorial will introduce the game's core elements. Each message will be saved in the glossary, where you'll also find detailed information about world lore and gameplay mechanics. To disable tutorial messages, go to the options menu. The minimap in the upper right hand of the corner of your display shows your current location and the surrounding area. Underneath the minimap, you'll find the objectives for your active quest. Cool stuff. Both of them are very quick at getting dressed. She put on a bra in like 2 seconds. Yeah, no, quick at getting dressed, quick at doing her hair. It's pretty good. And the game seems to not be immediately shutting down again.
As beautiful as
So
ever.
hopefully that was just like a one-off, a little blip. Hold left trigger to use your Witcher senses. Look for highlighted objects. Let's do this.
You're running out of juice.
I know. You might bring me some more once you're done training.
Oh, Yennefer. We heard her referenced a lot in The Witcher 2, and I think she was from the books. And now she's just back, I guess. Okay. That's fine. To unlock unlocked doors, do what you do in any other video game. Nice.
Old Witcher's fast asleep. Ciri's disappeared somewhere, of course. Guess she prefers practice to theory.
What?
Time to wake up, Master. These lessons so boring they put you to sleep too?
Damn it. After taking notes on ghouls and owl-ghouls, wanted to rest my eyes a bit.
Making her slog through that brick? No wonder she took off.
John of Bruges lacks flair, true, but he's reliable. Not like the hogwash they print nowadays. She's tackling the pendulums, right? How many times do I have to tell her? Don't train alone. It only embeds your errors. Bring our young damsel to the lower courtyard. She wants to practice, she'll get to practice.
Gotta admit, we've spoiled her.
We've spoiled her. I've been saying it from the start. Ciri needs a firm hand.
Been saying that true, but you let her walk all over you just like the rest of us do.
Fine. I suppose I'm partly to blame. But this has to end. Now. Killing monsters is not something to be taken lightly. Ciri must understand that, if she's to become one of us. I'll see you below.
Wrong. Now I see why you were so eager to practice. Strike. You're not in a circus. Pirouette. Wrong. Footwork. Enough. Get down.
With a flip?
What do you think?
No, it's Tracer.
All right. Take off the blindfold. You've got work to do. Your reflexes are still slow.
Maybe for a witcher.
Think drowners or striggers will go easy on you because you haven't undergone the mutations? Though in your shoes, I'd fear Vesemir more than any strigger. Disobeying his instructions? Unwise.
Well, yes, but that book was horribly dull.
I know. And you know that's no excuse.
I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
Sorry's not good enough. You're gonna read Ghouls and Owl-Ghouls in its entirety, appendices included.
No, please! I'd rather clean the stables.
End of discussion. Come on, we'll practice with the others down below.
Shall we run the walls?
Of course. This a Witcher school or an elven bathhouse?
To the bottom.
Maybe if you fall.
So it's hold A to sprint, B to jump, so you can jump in this game, that's cool. Witcher Senses is still that button. Can I save it? Yeah, I'm kind of worried the game's just going to turn itself off again, and I'd love to have a quick, just a save to come back to. Tilt L and press B to climb over obstacles, okay?
What did I tell you about breathing? Through your mouth, you rhythm with your steps.
Careful, falling from a great height will
Ciri,
probably
cut it
murder you.
out.
Run into trouble? Should I turn back and help you?
I win.
Your legs are longer. I'll show you yet. You just need to grow a bit. Oh no. Vesemir's got that look.
What did you expect?
Anything to say for yourself, young lady?
I'm very sorry, Uncle Vesemir.
Young blood craves action, I understand that. But when you fight a beast, knowledge counts as much as your silver sword. At the very least, you ought to be able to tell a ghoul from an owl ghoul.
By markings, like unto the Panthera tigris that in Zerrikania dwells, and by the sickly paleness of its visage.
So you did read the chapter. Still, you should have asked if...
But you were asleep, Uncle Vesemir.
Don't try to weasel your way out of this.
A witcher must know how to trick his opponent. You said so yourself.
Might have. But don't use my words of wisdom on Vesemir, got it? That's playing with fire.
Fine, we've talked enough. Geralt, you're with me, Lambert with Eskel, Ciri with the dummy.
Again?
Stop groaning and grab a sword. What do you think? Should we start by reviewing the fundamentals or go right to free training?
I've never played the game before, so fundamentals.
Should work on the basics. Even skilled masters need to hone the fundamentals, and Ciri's barely a novice.
Draw your sword, Geralt!
Witches must be prepared to fight foes of all kinds, be they plate-clad knights, ethereal wraiths, or bone-crushing giants. To match the strengths and exploit the weaknesses of different enemies, witches need to use a variety of weapons and combat techniques. The core tools of their trade are their swords, one steel for fighting humans and non-humans, the other silver for slaying monsters. Witches have also mastered a simple form of combat magic. These signs are not as powerful as the spells wielded by mages, but they can be cast very quickly, with simple one-handed gestures making them quite useful in the heat of combat. Witches are also adept in basic alchemy. They can brew powerful potions, blade oils, and bombs, all of which give them a keen advantage when fighting stronger or faster foes. Cool. Press blah blah to select or deselect a target. When you have target selected, all your attacks are directed towards it. You don't have to select a target during combat, but doing so can help you focus on a specific opponent.
Quick cuts! 1, 2, 3!
Now, a fast attack by pressing X. Strong attack by Y.
Never lock your elbow when
Pathetic. Position, Ciri. Footwork. Remember.
Drop to one side, indicate a direction, and press B. Nice. Come get me, Vesemir.
I think I'm training Ciri.
Ciri,
She's like
see how
more
Geralt
of a challenge.
holds his sword this angle.
What am I supposed to carry? Like a stupid dummy.
Pretend now, live later. Riposte! Strike! Counter-strike!
Maybe a storm's coming.
And what?
Had enough?
You got in the way, tutorial.
That! Slice your jugular.
Yeah, that actually gets in my way.
What?
Don't pause the game to tell me to do it again. Fucking dickhead.
Slice your jugular.
The way it's pausing just before anything happens is really fucking me up right now. I know. Please get out of the way. That is not helpful. Fucking asshole.
Young lady, to bring the day to a close, we'll go over a few witches' signs. Let's start with Quinn.
I did it. let's start with Quen. Quen.
Ciri, Quen is sometimes called the Witcher's Shield. Now watch carefully to see why. Ciri, Quen is sometimes called the Witcher's Shield. Now watch carefully to see why. Damn it! Ciri, Quen is sometimes... Just hit me, Geralt. I want to see sparks fly. See? If not for the Quen sign, I'd be aflame by now. All right, Geralt, come on. See that, Ciri? Hard will knock it. Time for Axii. Damn it. I hate this feeling. Ugh. Axii can really muddle your mind. There's it now. Show her, girl. See this, Ciri? Couldn't move if I wanted.
You say while moving.
Throw a bomb. Don't worry, Ciri. Quen will dampen the blow.
I now suddenly have bombs.
Come on, at them. Fine. Enough. Continue training at will.
Whoa! You really showed him, kid.
Ciri, get down here.
A little she-devil. As soon as she's back, we'll set her to polishing all the swords at Kaer Morhen.
Find that helmet? Ciri? I'll make sure to find every last blade for you. What the?
Fair enough.
Adriana will take this, and then White Wolf.
No!
Ah, maybe Yennefer wasn't back. Perhaps we were in the past.
You all right?
Had a nightmare.
About?
Take forever to explain.
Dawn's some way off. We've got time.
Rather not talk about it.
Gotcha.
So, time to hit the road?
Wait. Show me the letter from Yennefer. Might have overlooked some hint in there.
Didn't overlook anything. We were meant to meet in Willoughby. That's what she wrote. Meanwhile, one army or another burned the village to the ground. All we can do is follow her trail, so...
Stop talking for a minute and give me the letter. Oh, how about that? It does smell of lilac and gooseberries.
You were gonna read it, not sniff it.
We must meet. Soon. Willoughby near Vizima. Nothing else to guide us there. What's this postscript? I still have the unicorn?
Stuffed unicorn. Used it once or twice. In certain situations.
The things young folk get up to these days.
Back on topic. How's it look? How far behind Yennefer are we?
2 or 3 days. Trail's fresh. But it looks like it leads towards the main road. Could be muddled there. Wait, hear that?
I hear it. I smell it. Ghouls.
Life on the continent and in the Skellige Isles is nasty, brutish, and short. War lays waste to the land, and those it spares live in fear of the countless monsters lurking outside every town and village. Monsters are shown with a silver health bar above their heads, indicating that you should fight them with your silver sword. Well, that's handy.
Come on, come closer.
Fuck off. Oh dear. That's classic me. There you go. I'm down. Let's see what happens if I load most recent save. Have we had any yet? Skip,
all right?
skip, skip.
About
Take...
Dawn's.
So,
Wait,
didn't overlook any...
stop talking.
You were gonna
We must. What's this?
Step...
Do
Back
do
on.
do 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 do. Striking opponents generates adrenaline points. Certain abilities you can acquire allow you to perform special attacks that require and consume adrenaline points. Your adrenaline points slowly decline when you are not engaged in combat.
Of course, when armies pass, necrophages follow. Let's go before any more show up.
You can regenerate vitality by eating or drinking or by meditating for at least 1 hour. Note, while playing on Blood and Broken Bones or Death March, meditation does not regenerate vitality. Okay then. Food and drink can be placed in your consumable slots for quick use during combat. Press up or down to consume them and regenerate vitality. You should have some food... No, you have some food equipped in your upper consumable slot. Press up now to eat it and restore and regenerate a portion of your vitality. To have your horse come to you, double press the left bumper. Walk up to your horse and press A to mount it. Can I loot these bodies or anything? Is that like a thing? Yes. Oh no, that's ingredients. Well, let's get gathering anyway. Can I save the game yet? Like, is there a button for that? Ah, there it is. Save game. Saved games with this version of the game will be incompatible with previous versions. Don't care. Alright. Just going to loot basically everything, if that's all the same to you.
Ever tell you about this sorcerer I knew? Couldn't stop talking about how useful they are as creatures.
Witchers spend most of their time on the road in search of their next contract. They must trek across wide valleys, climb over high mountain peaks, and trudge through thick bogs. Luckily, Geralt can always count on his horse, Roach, to help him in his travels. To have Roach come to you, double press the left bumper. All day while moving to canter.
Because you can brew potions from their blood?
No, because by eating rotting corpses, they prevent epidemics.
Did he know they eat the living as well?
No, really upset him too. His theory collapsed.
Double hold and press A while moving to
not
gallop.
Exactly going our way.
We have a side.
The Northern Realms.
Radovid's realms, don't you mean? Temeria and Edirn are no more.
Radovid's pledged to restore the old borders as soon as he wins the war.
Believe that?
Gotta believe something. That's what keeps us going. We going? Help me! Help!
Well, that's a problem. Who's your Quen?
Has gone.
Yeah. Come out.
Gods, that was close. I was sure I'd end up like my mare.
Provided you got lucky.
Your horse died quickly, but griffins like to toy with their prey. Eat it, alive, piece by piece.
Is that Zach Braff?
You'd like a reward, I suppose.
Could always use a few crowns.
Thing is, I've a meager purse at the moment. Nilfgaardians requisitioned my goods. Now this. Here.
Back to the trail.
Like I said, leads to the main road and ends there, muddled.
You seek someone?
Yes, a woman. Medium height, long black hair. Seen anyone like that?
No. But there's an inn here in White Orchard. Sole one around. Gets its share of travelers. Perhaps you'll learn something there?
Not a bad idea. Especially since that wound needs cleaning.
Beast barely grazed me. But sure, could use a good rye. Nice and cool, you know, straight from a cellar.
Let's go.
Go to the tavern in the White Orchard. A new entry has been added to the bestiary. Press a button that doesn't exist and open the menu to read it. There you go. Griffins. Aye, half eagle, half tomcat, just like the Lord's crest, except this one was carrying me dead cow instead of a scepter. Griffin attack witness, name unknown. Griffins were once only found high in the mountains, where they would hunt marmots and wild goats. When humans encroached on their lands, however, griffins soon discovered a new source of much more plentiful and easier caught prey: cows, sheep, and shepherds. Though still wary of main roads and towns, where folk with the means to hire a witcher are like to dwell, these half-eagle, half-wildcat creatures have gone from rarities to oft-encountered pests known throughout the northern realms. Especially hated are the subspecies known as royal griffins and arc griffins. Vulnerable against cakes, beer, and triangles. I can actually look. So they're vulnerable against grape shot, hybrid oil, and ard. This is all very helpful to know. Let's look at the ghouls then. What are they vulnerable against? Necrophage oil. I could have guessed that myself, to be fair. Ghouls creep and crawl at night, eating everything in sight. In a snap they'd eat you too. Chop you up for a ghoulish stew. Children's rhyme. Ghouls and graviers are hard to describe. In part they resemble humans, yet on the whole they are the utter negation of all that is human. Though they have the arms and legs like men, they walk on all fours like dogs or badgers. Though they have eerily familiar faces, one such is them in vain for any sign of sentiment, reason, or even a spark of consciousness. They are driven by one thing and one thing only: an insatiable craving for human flesh. Nice one. While on a road, hold A without steering to automatically follow its path. Your horse won't lose stamina while using this option to automatically follow a road. Cool.
So,
ah, you lied to me.
A griffin this close to the village? Strange.
My thoughts exactly. In the forest or the mountains, sure, but here? Near the main road.
Maybe it's the war. Corpses everywhere, the stench of blood, burnt flesh. Drives monsters crazy sometimes.
Men, too. We need to watch ourselves in White Orchard. And we should leave as soon as we learn anything.
You're nearing a village. Don't disturb the peace. Remember, town guards and hired watchmen won't tolerate theft, and also won't look kindly on you accosting others. Local residents often erect notice boards near settlements such as villages and cities. These are marked blur on your map. Examine them to learn about contracts, work for witchers, and local happenings. My horse is very rude when I set it to auto-run.
Slow now. Whoa.
Everything's gonna be fine.
Sorry, dudes.
What? Take that down before there's trouble.
That
is a coat of arms, the Temerian lilies. They've a right to hang there.
This ain't Temeria no more, old man. It's Nilfgaard now.
My arse it is.
So aggressive.
What? Witches?
I'll not drink with Weaverlaw's freaks.
Beg your pardon for those thugs.
No need. We're used to it.
Folk are jumpy round here. Armies just passed through. Now a griffin's prowling about.
Already had the pleasure. One mean beast.
Mean? Light way for a hunter to put it. Clawed Lena so bad, poor thing's 1 foot in the grave. But there's no good to wallow in misfortune. How can I be of service?
With a drop of vodka for me.
And you? Something to wet your tongue?
Pretty busy place you got.
Nations on the move. Some search for kin, others just want to get out of the way of the armies. They all need food, drink, and a night's rest in warmth.
So, war's been good for your trade?
Aye, so far. But it'd be best to know peace again. Times like these, you never know what tomorrow will bring.
There a contract on that griffin?
Nay, not at the moment. Used to be. Soon as a beast had built a nest nearby, the alderman would start a collection, or go to the Lord for help. Now the alderman don't use the privy without asking the Black One's permission first. And seems they hanged the Lord. So no contract.
Shame. We might have done something, but not for free.
Show me what you got behind the counter.
Buy and sell items using the shop panel. Press A to make a purchase. Press B to close the shop panel. Is this what I've got? I'm assuming so. See what you've got. Gwent card? Means no to me. And just a whole bunch of ingredients. I won't buy anything for now. I'll scrimp and save until I know what's truly valuable around here.
Looking for a woman. Raven-haired, violet eyes, dresses in black and white. Riding in from Willoughby. And, strange as it sounds, lilac and gooseberries might have smelled that.
I've not seen nor smelt such a lady. Believe I'd remember.
Yeah, especially hard to forget this one.
Plenty of travellers about, though. Folk from all over. Might be worth your while to ask after her.
Dialogue options marked X will end the conversation. Nice one.
Thanks for everything.
Time to chat with the twats.
Help you bandage that up?
Please. I'm not decrepit yet.
Then I'll ask about Yennefer.
Mm-hmm. Just remember, we'd rather not draw any attention.
I'm going to draw so much attention you won't be able to believe it.
Better that than burning the harvest.
Drommel, you're dumber than a headless cockerel. Why then?
I'm just going to drop another save down because I can't trust that this game won't just suddenly explode again like it did literally the first time I had the chance to play it.
That's about their patrimony. Give it to their own.
Just going to eat several loaves of bread in front of this guy.
I'm looking for someone.
and we seek some peace and quiet.
Out of my face, freak, for your breath sours my beer.
Dialogue options marked blur will make use of the Axii sign. This sign influences people's minds, causing them to act according to your will. To charm more stubborn individuals who would otherwise resist during conversation, invest in the delusion ability in the character panel.
Raven-haired woman dressed in black and white. Seen her? Talk.
Folks say the lady rode through the village a few days back. Galloping so fast she knocked Radabor into a ditch.
Which way did she go?
Dunno. Lots of tracks leading off the main road. Could have gone anywhere.
Oi, people! The freak's taken Micah's mind!
Uh-huh. And I'll take your tongue if you don't shut up.
Good stuff. Nice little place here.
There are 4 factions.
4 what?
Clearly the cat doesn't like it.
Suits, similar to clubs and spades, except each suit has its own face cards. There are also special cards.
Wouldn't you rather play war? It's like to be near dawn before you get your game in noggin.
What a waste of time. The Earth shall revolve around the sun before you comprehend these rules.
Jokes.
Got a minute?
Why not? Aldert Geert, Assistant Professor in Contemporary History at Oxenfurt Academy.
Geralt of Rivia. Witcher, with tenure. I'm looking for a woman. Long hair, dressed in black and white. Seen anyone like that?
Of course not. Unlike the populace, I know the horsewoman of war is pure poppycock.
Horsewoman of war? What's that about?
Folk say an omen. A beautiful phantom rides the fields at night, looks as you described her. Armies follow her, and all who cross her path meet with misfortune.
I can vouch for the last bit. Know where they saw her?
No, facts interest me, not fairy tales.
Not a place I'd ever expect to find a scholar. Take it you're fleeing the war?
Quite the opposite. Chasing it. I'm headed for the front.
Tired of life?
I seek knowledge, which I value more than life itself. I've a thirst no dusty old tomes can quench. I wish to see the Nilfgaardian invasion with my own eyes, understand it, and record it all in my chronicle, my magnum opus.
Interesting. We need somebody to describe war, what it's really like. Not colorful banners and generals making moving speeches, but rape, violence, and thoughtless cruelty.
Ah, I see you lack the polish of the Academy. Rape and cruelty are details of no import to the war's course. Trinkets on the garment of conflict, one might say.
Tell that to the people whose houses burned down. War reached Novigrad yet?
Nope, but it's only a matter of time. Nilfgaard on one bank, Redania on the other. Drooling over the city like dogs over a juicy bone.
Many a ruler's choked on that bone.
True. We value our liberty in Novigrad, and we know how to fight for it.
The scholars especially.
The sword is not the only weapon. Do not forget, architects from our academy designed the city walls. Walls no war machine has ever crumbled.
Gotta go. So long.
A moment, Witcher. You strike me as a man of the world. Are you familiar with Gwent?
No, and I don't have time to learn.
But the rules are quite simple. Come, let's play.
Options marked. We'll begin a game of Gwent. Alright, what's Gwent?
Why not?
Splendid. Here's how it's done.
Do you want to begin the Gwent tutorial? Yes. Welcome to Hearthstone. Hearthstone is an ancient dwarven card game that simulates the clash of two armies in battle. The players are generals and the cards are their forces. You will go first. To begin, you draw 10 cards. This will be your hand for the rest of the match. You will not draw any more cards, so choose these wisely. Unit card strength. This is a unit card. The number in the upper left corner indicates its strength. When placed on the battlefield, this value is added to the total strength of the player who placed it. This is the unit's combat row icon. This icon indicates the row on the battlefield where the card can be played. Close, ranged, or siege. Some unit cards have special abilities. This Kaedweni Siege Expert's special ability is called Morale Boost, which grants +1 strength to all units in the same row. Weather cards are a type of special card. They reduce the strength of all cards of a given type on the battlefield, including your own. So Frost gets rid of Sword, Moon gets rid of Bow, and Squirty gets rid of Siege. At the start of each game, you can select up to 2 cards to discard and redraw, but let's skip that for now and go straight to playing. Round start. Here is the battlefield. This is your side. This is your opponent's side. During each turn, a player may place 1 card on the battlefield or pass. Each deck has a leader. The leader grants you a special ability which can be used only once during a battle. Trigger the special ability at any point by pressing X. Playing cards. Press A to select a card from your hand. Press A again to place it on the battlefield. Your turn, Geralt of the Northern Realms. What's my special ability? Can I see it? Am I allowed to see it? Leader ability. Pick an impenetrable fog card on your deck and play it instantly. Foltest, King of Temeria. It is natural and beautiful that a man should love his sister. Okay then. So, who are you then? Redanian foot soldier. I've bled for Redania. I've killed for Redania. Damn it, I've even raped for Redania. Sabrina's quite strong. I'm assuming I've got like some kind of mana, or I can just play my strongest cards. I'll soon find out. Sheldon Skaggs. Amazing that all these guys get Gwent cards made of them. Who even knew that Siegfried said that to me in order for that to be a quote? Alright, well, this ballista looks strong. Let's play that. Total strength. The number on the left, by your icon, shows the current total strength of your units. The number on the right shows the total strength for that row. Both values are updated when a card is played. At the end of the round, the player with the highest total strength wins. During your turn, you can pass by holding down Y. Once you pass, you cannot play any more cards during that round. Your opponent can continue playing cards until he or she passes as well. You should pass when you are confident you can win with the units you already have in play, or let your opponent win and save your cards for the next round. End of round. A round ends once both players have passed. The players then compare the total strength of the units to determine the winner. All the cards on the battlefield are discarded and both players' total strength is reset to 0. I did not pass, but okay. So my strength is now 1. So I have a medium strength thingy bob then. I just fucked that up. Well, now there's weather everywhere. This game seems shite. Alright, so then I pass and I win this round. Okay. So all I've got left are these 3 cards. Oh no, I get to have one more. Alright. Up you get, Death Mold. That is just deeply tragic. Your opponent's passed, has he? Then I just need to, like, play more cards and I get to win, surely. Alright. Piece of piss. Pro tips. There is no shame in passing and letting your opponent win a round. Sometimes it's better to save your cards for later. Each deck also features its own heroes. Heroes are high-value cards immune to the effects of special cards. Pardon me. These powerful cards can turn the tide of battle. Acquire more powerful cards by completing certain quests or purchasing them from vendors.
Well. You've a knack for this game. If you ever find yourself in Oxenfurt and wish to play a true master, ask for Stepper. A simple innkeep by trade, but a true maestro when it comes to Gwent.
I'll remember that. Thanks.
Well, what a lovely distraction. You've got a new Gwent card. If you want to examine it, open the game menu and go to the Gwent deck panel. Maybe later. Ah, I got Zoltan Shive, our good friend. When one of your quests is updated, a notification will appear on the left side of the screen. If you are not currently tracking the updated quest, you can press R to start tracking it. New quest, collect them all. I'm assuming that's a quest to collect all of the Gwent cards. But I'll look into that later.
Looking for a woman.
Like everyone.
Not like everyone. And not just any woman. Mine smells of lilac and gooseberries, dresses in black and white.
2 schnapsies. It'll lift your spirits.
Fine, I'll have a drink. Can we cut to the chase? You seen her or not?
Yennefer of Vengerberg.
Never mentioned her name.
Yet you described her perfectly. And once I hear something, I never forget. Can't help it.
What do you do? Who are you?
a mangy vagrant. Gaunter O'Dim, at your service.
Vagrant, that a profession now?
Once a merchant of mirrors. The madding crowd dubbed me Master Mirror, or the Man of Glass.
How do you know Yennefer?
What a question. Master Dandelion's ballads, of course. The only way a humble merchant might hope to rub up against greatness. Unless, that is, he's as lucky as I am.
And runs into a very patient witcher.
Into Geralt of Rivia himself. The Butcher of Blaviken.
Recognize me from Master Dandelion's ballads too?
To your health.
You seen Yennefer?
Deepest apologies, but I must ask. Is this about love?
None of your business.
Yes. As a vagrant, I deserve no explanation.
What do you know? Tell me.
Before you appeared, it never occurred to me that might have been Yennefer. Who would have thought?
Get to the point.
An Nilfgaardian scout from the local garrison saw her.
Where?
At their camp. She rode in there. Dark of night. Black and white. Gooseberries and... Yes, I know. Had a terse exchange with the garrison commander and raced off.
Where to?
I'm not omniscient. Ask at the garrison.
Thanks.
We men of the road must stick together. Perhaps one day I'll be in trouble, and you'll be nearby to help.
Perhaps, eh? Huh. Stash. You can store weapons, armor, and junk in your stash for safekeeping, confident they will not be stolen or otherwise disappear. You can access your stash in a number of places throughout the world. Items stored in your stash in one location will be available in all other locations as well. Stash locations are always visible on the map. Look for the green chest icon. Alright, fabulous. Well, you know what, before we go out...
Something else you'll be needing.
I think it's only clever that I buy a bit more food, because I don't think that one loaf of bread is going to last me very long.
Nilfgaardian rule to your liking?
What's there to like? Tis the same as any other. They tax us, requisition this or that. But they do keep the peace in the village, I'll grant them that.
You don't mourn Temeria's passing?
I mourned it round half a year back, when King Foltest was cut down. Now I just want peace.
Got anything interesting under the counter?
Depends what you're after. Have a look.
Bread, mostly. So, blah blah blah. So 50 vitality. 80 vitality. 50. Let's go for the food that just does the most. Oh, that's not bread, that's baked potato. Okay then. But it is quite a bit more expensive than bread, so I think we should just go for, you know... we should go for what's best value. So a baked apple is 29. There we go. Normal apple is cheap as chips. There you go. Dozen apples.
Farewell.
Quick access menu. You have multiple items in your pockets. You can switch between them using R. I didn't even mean to eat that. Oh well.
Done drinking?
Mm-hmm.
Then fuck off.
Don't want your kind here.
Haven't done anything to you, so just calm down.
Of course no. You done nothing.
Whoreson's working witchcraft. Get him!
Your ass is mine.
Definitely didn't. Oh, I just ate an apple. Come on, draw your sword, Geralt. Please. Oh, do I just have to punch him? Is that all? Alright. Oh.
Nice meeting you.
Didn't even get to see that.
Looking for trouble?
Come on, Roachy boy. There's nothing for us here.
Whoa there, Roach.
Everything's gonna be fine.
Actually, you know what? While I'm here, I'm going to pick whatever's around.
Outskirts to the ground. What do you want?
The ground told me about a Swiss boy. Lad went
Seems like it'd be
missing
useful.
one day, so I grabbed a witchman that was hunting nearby, started poking him.
Oh god, I can see this taking up a lot of my time very, very quickly.
They could have sewed his head back on.
Word
Do
is
you
they
look
let
at
him
me?
choose the rest.
Stumped again by this tiny fence.
My dad had a sword once too.
Good on him!
Making me a slingshot.
Oh, merchant, okay.
Looking for trouble?
Yes, 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 yes. Well, I'm never going to get anything done. There's too many nodes in this game. Just can't help myself.
Don't you look at me?
Like, until I get some context here, I don't know when to just stop picking anything I see. How am I supposed to know when's enough's enough?
God's preserve you.
And ye too, random bushman.
Good woman, this is the road to Vizima.
Are they just like coming back? Am I never going to be free of this? God, this stuff respawns very soon. If that is indeed what's going on. I will pick up that quest eventually.
Stay away from me and my family.
As long as you and your family don't live near these herb nodes, you'll be just fine. Alright, I am deciding that enough is enough after I'm done with this small field. So otherwise we'll never get anywhere. Arr! Oops.
Greetings.
A witcher? You see the notice? Hear about the well?
A well? First I've heard. There a problem?
Aye. 'Tis haunted. Has been for a good 20 years.
20? So why'd you put out a notice just now?
'Cause earlier on we drew our water from the river. But so many corpses floating in it after the battle it's turned noxious. My daughter Mandy drank half a pitcher. Fell dreadful ill, can't keep nothing down. She grows worse by the day. Herbalist claims you fight a fever with drink. And not beer nor cider, but water. Clear, pure water. And where am I to get that if not from the well? But first, the ghost's got to be driven away. And it don't let any man near.
This ghost. Describe it for me.
Well, it's awful frightening. Awful.
I meant, what does it look like?
It looks like a woman, but fresh from the grave. Wears a dirty dress, all rags, its skin flaking off its bones, and it howls like it's suffering.
Some wraith. Or maybe an alp.
If you don't wallop it, Master, if you don't take care of it, that is, it'll come kill me daughter.
Yeah, how did we reach that conclusion?
I feel for you, but this is my job, so let's talk about my pay.
Something not right with the coin.
To have for a higher reward, choose an amount using L. If your Casualty accepts your offer, you've made a deal. If your offer is too high, grow annoyed. Push too hard and they'll break off negotiations. Alright, give me a bonus rate of 4.
That settles it then.
Nice.
Fine, I'll help. Where's this well?
In Havel. A settlement on the heights. It's abandoned now. No one ventures there on account of the ghost being about. Drive it off. Please.
Alright. New quest. Supersedes any and all quests we currently had. And with a new quest, we pop a new save. It's the only way. Oh, I do have a stamina bar. Cool.
Ooh.
Sorry, bud. I like how it shows the exact amount of steps it's going to take before you get there.
The infamous well. Strange. No sign of a ghost. Maybe it only shows at a certain time of day.
Find the spirit that haunts the well. Whoops. Don't mind if I do. game better not be setting me up for a spooking.
A journal might be useful.
Let's have a read of it. Let's have a read of it. Use L to switch between unread books and scrolls. Once read, they are added to the books panel in the glossary. Nice. 27,111 to 50. 1250. It's happened. Volker sent a petition of our grievances against the Lord to the court at Vizima. Listed all the harm he's done us. How he killed Johann for not taking off his cap quick enough. How he trampled our fields when drunk with nary a thought for repayment. How he barged in during Pieter's wedding and demanded his right of the first night. Now we've finally got what we begged Melitel for in our prayers for so long. The judge recognised our grievances and waived all our bonds and duties to the Lord. We can finally strike out on our own. At last we can live as free men. 12. 4. 1250. The first day of our freedom. Hovel's not much of a village yet, but to my mind it's better than the most fantastic palace. Volker fumed our home with hazelwood smoke to drive out evil. Buried a marten under the gate to make sure no thieves cross our threshold. And then he gave me a bracelet, loveliest I've ever seen. Mother said it's foolish to spend so much on a bauble when we haven't ploughs nor hoes, and that we ought to return it to the merchant. Over my dead body. I'll never take it off. It'll always be there to remind me of Volker, of how happy we were that day. 23/4/1250. They say the Lord is coming to see us, that he wants to make a deal, to beg us to return to the village. They say he's calmed since his son died, that he's not as quick to anger about small slights. Well, we'll see. One way or another, I've no intention to move 1 inch from here. I really need to differentiate between left and right. Now. Excuse me. I had more books to read. I forgot to deal with them. Yes, thank you. Oh my god. Fucking hell. I never wanted this. Please, fucking stop. There we go. The tome you hold in your hands, commissioned by the most gracious Duke de Berry, shall make use of magic most arcane to display which Gwent cards are currently missing from your collection. You need but open it and repeat in your mind, how about a round of Gwent, and the following shall appear. Velen 52, Novigrad 58, the Skellige Isles 28, White Orchard 7, Royal Prince of Vizima 1, Cameron 1, number of new cards which can still be won for players of no particular renown or skill, 47. Yennefer's letter. Dear friend, forgive me for not asking about your health or how you have been these last years. Time is very short. I have important news. We must meet, and soon. Ride to Willoughby, near Vizima, and don't spare the horses. While I do eagerly await our reunion, I won't be able to wait eagerly or otherwise very long. Your dear friend Yennefer. P.S. I still have the unicorn. And now, they should be in the glossary, right? Yeah, alright, cool. Sorry I burned up your house there, bud. Not that I think anyone lives here anymore. I'm so expecting to just be spooked by a ghost. That's why I'm quite quiet and terse right now. Just like, when's it going to happen? When's the spooky coming out? This looks like an Ard situation. There we are. Or rather, there we are. But that did not seem to do much. Gonna pop a save.
Grass around the well's scorched. Grass around the well's scorched.
Sure is, Gary.
Grass around the well's scorched.
Is that all you've got to say? Not sure I trust that black magic doll. Can we have a look at that? Ah, nothing that fancy. Ah, can now look at this.
Bodies dried to a crisp. Signs of burns. All signs point to a Noonwraith.
Read the entry about Noonwraiths in the bestiary. Alright then. Devil by the Well. The residents of White Orchard have suffered more than their fair share of misfortunes. Passing armies have trampled their spring planting, a griffin has begun abducting their livestock, and the rotten icing on this painful cake, a Noonwraith haunted a nearby well. No wonder the locals called this final evil a devil. The Witcher could sense something bound her to this place, and that in order to send her off into the ethereal realms he would first need to learn her secret. Once that was done, he would have to prepare for battle, and the Noonwraith is a demanding opponent. She can disorient her victim by blinding him and creating mirror images of herself. These copies slowly suck their victim's life energy, while their mistress remains untouchable. In order to defeat her, the Witcher could not rely on his silver sword alone. The Yrden sign would also be needed to trap her and force her to take on a material form. So, Moondust, Spectre Oil, Yrden. Despite what is commonly thought, peasants do not interrupt their labours at midday to get out of the sun. They do so to avoid Noonwraiths. Vlad Raymond, Peasants and Their Customs. On particularly searing summer days when the sun reaches its zenith, wraiths will at times appear, resembling sun-scorched women dressed in long white robes. These are Noonwraiths, the spirits of young women and girls who died violent deaths right before their weddings. Driven mad with pain or anger, they wander the fields, searching for their unfaithful lovers or backstabbing rivals, though they will kill anyone who does not get out of their way in time. They are often held in this world by some object of intense emotional significance. That is why, if one ever finds a wedding ring or torn veil in the middle of a field, one should not pick it up, but instead back away as quickly as possible.
Something's tied the Noonwraith to this place. An object. Something she needs before she'll leave this world.
Bracelet. And yes, I am saving a lot. Because if this Noonwraith attacks me at any moment, I don't want to die. What do we got here? May I examine this? No? Guess we'll just pick up the bracelet and get murdered.
Stabbed with a knife, died on the spot. Animals fed on his body, picked his skeleton clean. More bloodstains over there. But it's not his blood.
Find out what binds the Noonwraith to the ruined village.
Bloodstains, barely visible. Someone was dragged this way. Someone who was still alive. Palm prints in blood. Small hands. A woman's. Someone dragged her out. She was wounded. Fought for her life. No body in sight, but might still find some tracks. Under the right conditions, bloodstains can remain visible for decades.
I did see that Noonwraith, by the way. It's
Another
totes
print
out
by
there.
the well.
Like, it's just straight up there.
A Noonwraith. Wonder what it's doing here.
You know what it's doing here, Geralt.
Strange. She's not attacking.
Yes, she is! Alright. Let's get some Eardens going straight away. That was not an Earden! Fucking hell. I'm just gonna die. Okay then. Let's load that there most recent save. How are we doing for time? Okay. Probably wrap up as soon as I've dealt with this Wraith.
Noonwraith won't stray too far from the well.
I could find Geralt.
A man. Stabbed with a knife, died on the spot. Animals fed on his body, picked his skeleton clean. More bloodstains over there. But it's not his blood. Palm prints in... No.
Okay, now we'll save it again. And hope that we don't just die over and over and over.
Bloodstains. Barely visible. Someone was dragged this way. Someone who was still alive.
Ah, there she is.
Wonder what it's doing here.
It's creeping me out, man. Just gonna get these off my mini-map. If I can. Can I save again? Could I be so lucky? Alright.
Whoa, got too close.
Damn it. It's not as easy to cheese the fights here as it is in Witcher 2. Do I have any, like, cool shit in my inventory that might help me here? Oh dear. This is just what I was hoping wouldn't happen. I feel like she's impossible to beat. Could just be that I'm like really bad, but the way he was like, oops, got too close. And the way the quest isn't about fighting her means I think I'm supposed to investigate that rope while she's far away. Like, we're not going to get anywhere like this, are we? What does Yrden even do? He's supposed to be weak for it, right? Weak to it, and yet... If the fight proves too difficult, you can flee to live to fight another day. Hold A to run during combat. Yeah, I think I'm definitely supposed to run. But it's been too long now. Might as well just die.
Oh. She'll be back tomorrow. Something's keeping her here.
Go me.
Bloodstains. Almost faded. But the line's taut. Something's not right. A corpse, hanged by the bucket rope. Woman the journal belonged to. Must be. Wide pelvis, small jaw. A woman. Around 30, judging by the teeth. Left arm's missing. Need to cremate the remains. Gotta find the object that binds her to this place before I do, though. Was she wearing the bracelet from her husband? Might be why her arm fell off. Gotta jump down there. Hope I don't break my legs.
Kill her. I did, Crumb Crumb. Well, she fled. I'm just gonna eat these here apples. There. Now I'm ready for an adventure. How does one go down the well?
Need to cremate the remains. Gotta find...
Yeah, just fucking hell.
Gotta...
There we go. Press A to swim swiftly. Or X to dive, or B to swim towards the surface. And stand. And now we have to find our way out. No. Sure ain't that way. There we go. No? Come on. Come on, Geralt. Geralt, you're so fussy. Just climb. Ah, good.
Lucky not to come up empty-handed. A bracelet with an inscription. To Claire, from Volker. Bracelet must have belonged to the woman in the well. Lovely craftsmanship, but I'll have to burn it with the body to get rid of the Noonwraith for good. Better do it near the well.
Why do I get the terrible feeling that this isn't going to be a smooth journey out? Come on, Geralt. Getting huge Tomb Raider vibes from this. Oh, that was quite a smooth journey out, actually.
Need to prepare for this fight. Brew some wraith oil. Drink some potions.
Oh, so I have to fight her properly now. I have to brew wraith oil and drink potions. Alright. I see a list of... I can't make wraith oil, so... guess I'll go back to a town and see if there are any ways to, like... get a recipe for it or something. See what potions I can make. Okay. Can I, like, set waypoints? Yes. I don't want to go to Ransacked Village, I want to go to Happy Village. In the hopes of finding a way to make wraith oil. Hey there, dear buds. Wait, this isn't a happy friend. Don't like your horse? Just sort of forgot about the magical teleporting horse. Still thinking in Skyrim terms, where I'd need to be quite close to my horse to use it. Thanks for the reminder. Just got ugly. That's alright. How do I dismount horses now? Got a hold B. There you go. That's the big secret. Might as well pick up more quests while I'm here. Might as well really go down the rabbit hole.
What happened here?
Oh, got a wee bit chilly the night, so I set fire to my forge. Got it nice and roaring. Roasted some wieners. What do you think happened, dimwit? Some bugger set alight me workshop. I've lost everything. Everything!
Easy on the insults. I could add to your misfortune. Any suspects?
Whole damned village. I've lived here half a century. Thought they saw me as one of their own. But everything changed when the Black Ones came. I'm the only smith around, so I got to service their garrison. Bang dents out of plate, shoe horses. That sort of thing. Nilfgaardians don't pay me a bloody copper. Just give me supplies and orders. The humans can't fathom that. They think I'm getting rich off their misfortune. That I sleep on a pile of gold like a ploughing dragon. They've stopped talking to me. Spit when I pass. And now this.
I can find your arsonist, provided you're willing to pay.
I've not much left, but I'll give you all if you bring me that horse in, so that he gets what he deserves. The night of the fire, I heard movement outside my hut. Went out to see if I could find any tracks, but I found nothing. But then I haven't got cat eyes, have I? Good luck.
Hooray! Let's go to this notice board. Oh, yes, notice board. Shut up! That's really annoying! Oh, shut up, child! Shut up! Stop it! Stop it! There we go. Outdoor relief. The Imperial Garrison hereby announces that every week the village's poor may come by to collect food rations. Rations will only be distributed to supplicants able to document proof of their poverty. Cheats will be punished like any other thieves and to the full extent of the law. Okay. Is that a way to, like, be able to get food in the game even if you have 0 gold? Last night, a soldier fled from the army camp under cover of darkness. The wanted man, a recruit who recently volunteered to join his Imperial Majesty's service, goes by the name of Odrin. Fuck's sake. He claimed to be a Kedwani by birth, but said that King Hensol's misrule had convinced him to join the Imperial Army. He was part of said institution for a mere 2 days, but managed to eat and drink enough in that time for an entire regiment of dragoons. Anyone with information about this deserter's present location is to report to the garrison at once. Description: modest stature, wiry, with thinning hair. He fled in his undergarments by squeezing out through the latrine's drainage system and probably thus reeks like an old boar. Characteristic marks: can be easily recognised by his voice, which has the telltale rasp of a hardened alcoholic. Anyone found providing shelter or sustenance to this deserter will be subject to a summary court-martial. I'll just take all these, why not? Let it hereby be known that by order of His Imperial Majesty's High Command, all able-bodied men of White Orchard must present themselves at the village inn, equipped with a shovel, hoe or pickaxe of their own provision. The fields near the village are littered with corpses, and given the warm spring we are currently experiencing, the High Command fears the rotting bodies might bring contagion to the village. Let this stand as proof to the residents of White Orchard that their new rulers care for their safety, and shall defend them not only from bandits but also from disease, by introducing measures which have long been standard in the civilized world. Any man refusing to comply with this order will be flogged, flogged and put in the stocks. Signed, bloody blah. Hey lads, is there any among you who can lend me a plough? Thing is, mine smacked up against a stone in my field so hard it bent halfways. And may a fiend take me if I know how to fix it or plough my field without it. Bastian, my brother, went off to fight the Black Ones. I have reason to think he stood in the great battle nearby. He's not returned to this day. Like many others, you'll say, and you'll be in the right. But if he fell, and I know it's like he did, I'll give him up to the ground at least, like our fathers have done always. I'd bury him neath the barrow where our parents lie, not leave his corpse to be ate by the corpses prowling the battleground. So I seek a man brave, able with a sword and willing to venture out with me to fight Bastion. I won't pay much, for I've not much to give, but I'm not stingy with gratitude, and sure to show it aplenty. Any man willing to help, look for a raised hut along the road to White Orchard, just near the bridge. I've made camp there. Hail Kerzair, blah blah and blah blah blah. Don't understand what you just read? No wonder it's in Nilfgaardian. And soon half the world will be speaking this mysterious tongue, so you'd best start learning it now, and yours truly can help with that for a very modest fee. Alright, so I'm actually going to stop now. I'll get the, well, hopefully get the alchemy stuff and whatnot later on, but I have a raid soon, I have things to want to do before the raid, so behooves me to finish off. But this was a good start, I'd say. Almost 2 hours playing this game. Only crashed on us once. Decent, I would say. A decent start to what will hopefully be a decent little game. Ta-ra.